Who were the Romans? As I have told you before, the European nations were actually ancient Central Asian and Iranian people who migrated and settled in Europe. Similarly, the Romans are said to be Central Asians. They called themselves Latins. They came to different parts of Italy around 1000 BC and kept roaming around. They were farmers and shepherds. Then they settled around the Tiber River and they named this area Latium. There were 7 hills around which the Romans were provided security. They got grain from the fertile land of the river. From this place they got everything they wanted. On the top of one of these 7 hills, they built wooden huts to live in and then built a wooden wall around it for protection. This hill was called Palatine Hill. Not only were the Romans in this area, but other ancient nations were already living there, and there were some areas that were settled by the major powers of the area. The Greeks and the Carthaginians. Then about 300 to 400 years later, the Greeks established about 50 new colonies on the coast of Italy, which soon became prosperous and began to play an important role in trade. Thus, the Romans came into contact with these Greeks. The Romans learned a lot from these Greeks. For example, they copied the style of building, such as the way grapes and olives were grown. So, in this early period, the Romans learned a lot from the Greeks. No one knew that this tiny Roman nation would one day not only devour the whole of Greece, but would also be called the superpower of the ancient world.